like this. This one is blue, the other one is white, I think, and I have it in my bathroom. So, what is this? What is this for? It's for removing stains. Now, just to be clear, it's for removing pigment, not yellowing. Okay, this will not help you with yellowing. If you have yellow teeth, this will not help. But I drink a lot, and by that I mean a lot of tea, like at least 2 liters a day probably. I drink a lot of tea and coffee, and I think wine too, but I don't drink wine. Stain your teeth a lot, a lot, with pigment basically. And I get my teeth professionally cleaned twice a year with like sand. I think it's called the sand blasting or something. But usually within a month, my pigment stains start to go back, and it's really annoying because you cannot brush them with a toothbrush. Trust me, I am very keen on having a good dental hygiene. I brush my teeth like crazy. I use flosses. I use the mini brushes for the gaps between your teeth. Like, I do it all, mouthwash and clean my tongue and whatever. Still, I'm going to get stains on my teeth, especially my lower teeth. And what I used to do, and you should not do that, is that I try to remove it with a needle, but that's not good because it's too sharp and it can hurt your enamel a lot. So I tried this. It's amazing. I'm trying not to curse, but it's freaking amazing. It's made out of volcanic stone, and it says that it gently removes stains to leave your teeth looking naturally whiter. Well, it will not make them white, okay? It will just remove the stains, just to be clear. But it's been wonderful. Truly, like, I was shook when I used it for the first time, because you can literally see the stains coming off. What you would do is that you should put it under the water for a little bit, just a little, and then you just use it on the stains, the pigment stains. And I try not to use it too much, because I noticed that if I would try to rub a lot of my teeth at the same time, it's starting to fall apart, which will eventually happen. But I just use it like a little bit, and then I wash my teeth, and it's great. Of course, it's not as if I would get my teeth professionally cleaned with like the sand, right? But it's good enough, okay? Honestly, I would have to get my teeth professionally cleaned like every month, just based on the amount of tea I drink every day. Yeah, not good, not good. So this has been a lifesaver. It cost, I don't know, like $9, maybe $8, I don't know. I'm going to look out for when these will be on sale, because I need to stock up. They're amazing, okay? But again, this will not remove yellowing. This removes pigment stains. Okay, I don't know about tartar and stuff. I don't get that a lot, so I cannot help you with that. Okay. Alright, so the second and last item in the beauty category is this kind of stupid thing, but it's recently a collaboration between Game of Thrones and their brand, aka makeup and skincare. Specifically, this collaboration includes eyeshadow palettes. What else? Some liquid eyeshadows too. I don't know. I only have this and one eyeshadow palette because I didn't want to spend too much money. Just because I know it's kinda, it's a little stupid, like just because it's branded Game of Thrones doesn't mean that it's Game of Thrones related, right? Especially when it comes to makeup, but this has been my favorite item. Not only does it look cool, you can also place the beauty blender there. And again, it looks really cool, but when I do my makeup, I use beauty blenders or like the knockoffs, by whatever brand. And I always use them wet, and then after I finish using them, I wash them, and then I don't know where to put them, I just cannot put them in my bag because they would just be mold, which happened to me before. Yeah. Back like in 2018, I think, when I don't know what I was doing back then, but I used to put the wet sponge just back into my bag and like zip it. Not good, don't do that. So I would just leave it somewhere, just lying around, but now I have a holder, and I think I have this bigger beauty blender by Dermacol, and I can just put it there too. Or is it by a different brand? I don't know. I cannot remember. So that's the Game of Thrones Iron Throne. Okay, let's move on to skincare. I have 3 items here that some of them I've discovered this year, some of them I haven't, but they have been my favorite. Let's start with the most recent one. This is Revolution Skincare London Glycolic Acid, the 10% serum. And it says it's an intense serum which encourages a smooth and radiant complexion. I've discovered this on Instagram. I don't use TikTok, although Instagram is just like reposted content from TikTok, right? And in that video, the girl said that she used this on her armpits because she had like really dark armpits, and this helped her to make them whiter. And I was like, okay, I need to try this. Oh, and she also mentioned that she doesn't smell at all after using it. So I tried it. I don't necessarily have like super dark armpits, but I had a terrible allergic reaction a few years ago to like a deodorant, and you can still like see like a little bit of like darkened skin there, like I don't know, like you can see like the outline. It was a really bad allergic reaction, okay? So I tried it. So far so good. Also, if you use it, you don't smell at all. But I've been also using it on my skin. If I have a pimple, like a I don't know, a few months to go down that way. Like, when I get a pimple, it's on my face for a very long time. So I've been using it for maybe about a month. Not every day, because this stuff is strong. Like, the first time I used it, it burned a little bit. Even when I've put it onto my pimple that I haven't popped or anything, it was fresh. It burned. Like, it's strong. It says avoid contact with eyes. This product may increase your skin sensitivity to the sun, and particularly the possibility of sunburn. Use sunscreen and limit sun exposure while using this product, and for a week afterwards. I used it like every other day. How am I supposed to? Whatever. I use it at night only, okay? And I use sunscreen anyway, so it's fine. I don't put it onto my face a lot, just on like particular areas, because I have very mild exfoliators instead that I would use. Instead, I use the AHA BHA by CosRx, the solution, on my face a couple of times a week. If you were wondering, I do not have the product here, but I've been using it since like 2019, like the AHA BHA. Okay, that's why it's not like a yearly favorite, it's like an all-time favorite. Maybe I should make like an all-time favorite skincare video. But the second product is retinol. Let me tell you, this thing is also super strong. So this is the retinol serum, super intense, by Revolution. It's 1%. This, listen, I use retinol on my face I've been using it for years now, okay? Maybe 2 years. I want to say maybe a year and a half. And I used to use the 0.5%. So I thought 1%, it won't be too bad. So when I ran out of the 0.5%, I got this one. And I thought, oh, it's going to be fine. I will not have a reaction to it anymore. Because when I first started using retinol, my skin got red. It was flaky. My whole skin like peeled off. But then it goes away, like your skin gets used to it at some point. I tried this. I thought I'm going to be fine. No, my whole skin peeled off, my whole face. And yeah, it was flaky and awful. And I try not to use it too much because honestly I've been using this for like, I want to say a month. My skin is still not used to it, so maybe it's too strong. Especially my left eye just cannot handle it. I don't know why, because it works wonderfully on like this side of my face. This side cannot handle it, and it gets puffy, and even like, I don't know if you can see it, but my left eye is like more puffy than the right one, even though I don't know why. Just like my left side is just not having it this year. So I recommend it. Don't start with 1% if you wanna try retinol, which basically removes or lessens your wrinkles. You look more youthful looking, something. No, seriously, like, I don't know if I talked about this, but I was really ugly compared to now. Maybe it was just the way I was doing my makeup, but also my eyes were like really puffy, and I had tons of like skin problems, skin reddening and stuff, which I still get sometimes, unfortunately. But yeah, I had shaved eyebrows. My eyebrows started here, so I looked very different at like 14, 15, 16 compared to now that I'm 26. And I used to say like to people, I look like I've had tons of plastic surgery, but I haven't. I swear I haven't. I don't know what happened. And everyone is just like, oh, come on, no, it cannot be that bad. And then I show them a picture and they're like, you're right. So, use retinol, guys. Use retinol. Okay, last product is hyaluronic acid hydropower essence by CosRx. I've been using this quite recently because I got lazy and I stopped using like all toners and essences and serums except retinol though, and it started to show. I can see a difference in my face when I stop using a lot of hydrating products. I was still using like creams and stuff, but even just by not using essence or serums, it just, yeah, I was just like, something is wrong. So I started using this and I love it. I really do. It makes my face so hydrated and shiny. I use it mainly at night, but I started using it in the morning too. And I put this on and then I lock it with a regular moisturizer. And it's wonderful. So, okay, now I'm going to move on to books. Let's start with physical books because I have some audiobooks, some favorite audiobooks too. Okay, just gotta move my phone somewhere. And these books are in no particular order. I love these books for different reasons. Book number one, my favorite, probably one of my all-time favorites. Actually, I've read 2 books. These are just part 1s, okay? This is book 1, part 1, book 2, part 1. I've read both of these this year. And it's The Stormlight Archive by Brandon Sanderson. I talked about this book, or these books, 100 million times already. They are amazing. I'm going to continue the series in 2023 with the 3rd book. Each book has 1,000 pages. It's high fantasy, it's multiple POVs, very little to no violence. It's not dark fantasy. Also, it doesn't contain spicy stuff like a lot of fantasy tend to have. It just focuses on the story itself and the world building, and A+, okay? Love it so much. I love every character in it. I love it so much that I've participated in the Kickstarter that contained like plastic figures of the characters from this, and I spent like a few $100s just on those like plastic figures of the characters from this book. Yeah, so love this series to death. The first book is The Way of Kings. The second book is called Words of Radiance. Highly recommend. Everyone should read it. Okay, I mean, unless you don't like fantasy, then you will not like it. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Okay, love it. Just, that's all I have to say. Then I have read very recently If I Hit Your Face by Frances this is a book about a group of friends, and a few of them are working as room salon girls in Seoul, aka they're just like escorts, they're like a company to really rich men and also something more. And in order to be one, you usually have to do a lot of plastic surgery, so they end up having like a specific look that is not achievable just with your genetics, okay? And I remember when I was living in Seoul, I would sometimes meet these girls, like I would see them on the street. It's just, yeah, you could tell just by the way they look, because they are really beautiful, they are wearing expensive clothes. But yeah, it's just, you can tell, okay, whatever. And of course they attracted a lot of attention, and I remember whenever I saw one, we always like stare at each other for like no reason, because I also kind of drew attention in a different way. I was like, like there were not a lot of foreigners in Seoul. There's still not, it's not very particularly diverse. And I was just wondering about that life, what it's like. And this book, it has multiple POVs also. One of the characters is a fan of a K-pop idol, and I thought that she's going to be like a sasang, which is like basically a stalker fan, but she's not. She's just she just has this admiration for somebody that she doesn't personally know, and then I will not spoil it, but I love this story. It doesn't have like a massive amazing ending or anything, but I think it ends on a really positive note, sort of. I think that what helped me to fully understand the context was the fact that I am quite familiar with the culture already. But I recommend it. It's amazing, okay? And this is a debut novel. A debut novel. What? Amazing. I'm going to read everything by this author. I don't know if she published more books. I'm going to look into it after I finish this video, because wow, it's just absolutely amazing. Okay, let's move on to audiobooks. My favorites are the audiobooks by Kazuo Ishiguro that I have listened to this year. One of them is Clara and the Sun. I talked about this book a lot. I've made a video talking about like a plot twist or a theory on my book channel. That's just how much I loved it, and that's the only video that's doing well on that channel. It's about a robot that is a companion to a child. It's set in this dystopian futuristic world, and I loved it so much. I still think about it. I've listened to it in January and I still think about the book. And the second one by Kazuo Ishiguro is The Remains of the Day, and this is totally different. This is historical fiction of a butler that just thinks back on his life, and it's about your profession, what you do. Is it okay to dedicate your entire life to your job, and if you do so, was it worth it? It made me think about my life in general and the choices that I've made, and yeah, such an amazing book. The last audiobook, The Socrates Express by Eric Weiner, and this is sort of an introduction to philosophy. It has chapters on different big thinkers. Some of them are not even classified as philosophers. And the author always takes a train to a particular area, or the country that the philosopher lived in, and it's love it so much. I want to get a physical copy of it, probably, because I want to go back and reread it and highlight stuff. And gosh, that book was amazing. Okay, I'm trying to think if I forgot something, if I forgot a book. I don't think so. Okay, I think that's it. Those were all my favorites of this year. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time. I'm actually going to